I guess in a lot of ways, being on the mission field to me was a great adventure. I'll be honest with you. I loved it. It was the greatest. It was the greatest. It was the best times of my life. Uh, I decided that I grew up poor. I grew up bathing in a tub on the back porch. I grew up without running water in the house. I grew up going to the bathroom in a toilet behind the house. So I know a little bit about being poor. I knew what it was like to go to school. When the other kids got an ice cream, I couldn't get one. I knew what it was like when they bought an extra carton of milk for 3 cents that I couldn't get one. I knew what that was like. So I decided when I got to Peru, I would just love the people just like they are. And I'd accept them just like they were. That meant I would eat their food. I would drink weird drinks made out of fruits and had the pulp in it. And I don't like that kind of stuff. I decided I'd just do it. The only thing I ever really didn't get used to drinking, I couldn't drink, was that hot milk with sugar in it. But anyway, uh, but having made that decision, when I would be invited to preach for a young preacher somewhere in another part of the country, I would go. I wouldn't take my wife, just be me, but I would go. I would travel north, 2 day trip, take me 2 planes to get there. Then I would go and stay in their home, all at my expense. There's no love offering going to cover anything. I'd preach to 20, 30, 50 people, 60 people, sometimes big crowds of 100. Most of the time 20, 30, 40 people. But a young preacher wanted a mentor. He wanted someone to spend a little bit of time with him and just to love him like he was and where he was. And so I would do that. And that brought some of the wildest and craziest experiences you can ever imagine. I remember preaching at one church, and I got there, and the young single pastor, just as sweet and kind and humble as he could be, but he said, look, I don't have a bed for you, but I've got this mattress and we can put it on 2 pews. And I'm a big guy, and I've always been a big guy, and I've been bigger than I am now. And so during the night, we put 2 pews and we faced them to each other. And of course, these aren't church pews like you're used to. They're just flat boards with a back on them. And we put that there, and I slept on that to be up off the floor. That was not comfortable. I did take my pillow with me, so I at least had my pillow. Now, I could have afforded to easily go downtown and get a motel or a hotel room, but that would have been almost insulting. I was there with him, so I ate whatever food they prepared for me. But the weirdest thing of all at that particular place was that to take a shower, all he had was a pipe running up on the outside wall, the exterior wall of the property. So your houses in Peru, the houses were almost always inside 4 walls. Not the house, but the house. So your yard was enclosed. The house is in the middle. So the church is in the middle. And out there in a corner, and neighbors up on the second floor in any house can look into your property. And he had a pipe that ran up and it came over, and cold water came out of it. We were at sea level. I'm used to all the comforts. I'll be honest with you, once I got off the farm, once I moved to town, especially once I married Betty, I just got used to hot water and the comforts and the good life, you know? And then he had a piece of tin. So they took a piece of tin in the corner, and you could go behind the tin, just hang your underwear out on a peg, hang your towel on a peg. They had like some kind of crate on the floor to keep you out of the dirt. Put your slippers over there to the side. And I bathed out there every day. And I thought every day to myself, Lord in heaven, if anybody in America saw me now, what would they think? But that was the way he bathed every day. The way he bathed every day. And I was there to love him. And I was there to be his friend. And I was there to be his mentor. And I preached for him. And I slept on a couple of pews. And he was my friend. And I just want you to know, as a missionary, love the people where they are, the way they are. Accept them. You can live uncomfortably. I used to say to myself, it's only 4 days. It's It's Wednesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, and Monday I'll go home and I'll be in my house and I'll take a shower in my shower and I'll sleep in my bed and I'll get a kiss from my wife. I just want to challenge you. Get out of your comfort zone. Go meet some people. Find out what real living is. You'll be more excited than you ever think you could. Just give it a try.